Okay, so we had just found one difference in this text. So let's try to find another thing that they talk about in this first text that they don't in the next one. So we highlighted that a man named Charles Babbage came up with a computer. And then what's something that's different about computers back then than now? In this one, they say they're so small today, but back then, it said these computers were so huge they filled large rooms. That is a difference because today we know that they can be fairly small, like our cell phones or a camera or even an iPad. But back then they filled large rooms. So it was a whole computer in a room. Okay, so we have two. I think that's good. I think you guys get the idea of what you're doing. So let's find a difference in this text. So I'm going to change my highlighter color and I'm going to use purple. Okay, so differences up here and these are my differences down here. So computers today. So right at the beginning, it says 50 years ago, few people knew much about computers. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, let's highlight that. That is a difference. Okay, we got one. Let's find one more. Okay. Today, many items contain computers. Back then, they did not. But today, everyday items contain computers. That is another difference from back then. Okay, so I got two differences. I got two differences up here as well. Now let's find some similarities. I'm just going to find one with you guys because there's going to be one that you'll find for your assignment. What is one thing that they both talked about and are both the same? Okay, well, let's see. Right here it says around 1950, companies began using computers to help run businesses. Let's see if it talks about that down here. For the most part, they were used by governments or in businesses, but today computers are everywhere. I think it talked about them being used by companies and businesses in both texts. So let's highlight that. And yellow is going to be my similarities. So I found it down here, and right here it says it as well. Okay, so I have my similarities, I have my differences, okay? So then I will just plug those into the chart. So for example, let's go back up in my text. What was the difference in a short history of computers? Right here, in 1833, a man named Charles Babbage came up with the idea of the modern computer. That's a difference. So I'm going to put that right in here. Okay, there we go. We got a difference down. What's the similarity we had down? For the most part, they were used by governments or businesses. It says that in both texts, so I'm going to fill that in my both box. I'm just going to say computers were first used by governments or businesses. Talks about that in both texts, okay? What about computers today? What's the difference? Well, I have that highlighted in purple. 50 years ago, few people knew much about computers. There's something they talked about in this text that they didn't in the other text. All right, okay. So I think you guys get the idea. You're going up in the text, you're finding things that are different, putting it in on the side that, so if I was reading computers today, I'm going to find differences and I'm going to put it in this box, computers today. Okay. If I find things that are the same, it goes in the middle where it says both. Okay. What I would like you to do is find two more differences for a short